Shane mcconkey was one of the greatest skiers in our generation that helped to revolutionize and change the way people would ski forever. What makes him stand out more than anything else is that he was more than just a skier. Shane was an inspiration, a hero, and a father to skiing. Shane started skiing at the age of 2, and instantly his parents saw greatness in him. His career really took off when he got accepted into Burke Academy, where they would train world-level racers. While Shane was training at Burke, he got rejected by the U.S. Olympic ski team. At his last race, he really showed his goofy and wild personality by skiing the World Championships completely naked. Shane went on to Colorado State University and instantly became a well-known kid on campus. Shane was still a shy guy, but after being there for a little, that began to change. Colorado State University was the place that he really found what he wanted to do with his life. Shane started to do mogul races, but in the same case, he just barely didn't make it onto the national team, and then ended up skiing his last race naked again on a broken pair of skis and amazed the crowd by throwing a laid-out backflip, but shortly after was banned from the mountain. He began to start big mountain and freestyle skiing now that his race career was officially over. This was the area of skiing he was really able to excel. He would show up to any mountain and suddenly make the impossible possible. His first days at Squaw Valley, which was the skiing hub of the world, he went up to the biggest cliff, hiked up 40 feet, skied off, and did a big Superman front flip. He started to go to competitions, and almost as soon as he entered them, he also shot up to the top of the world level. But what was different this time is he actually started to win. Shane took off, soaring to the top of the skiing world, and began to finally make a living out of skiing. At his first shoot for Matchstick Productions, Shane went to do a double backflip, and all the producers thought that this guy that they just began to get to know was going to kill himself. He ended up not landing the flip, and then went back up to the top of the cliff, shouted down to the filmers, and then continued to ski off the cliff fully nude again. Shane carried on skiing and shooting films when finally his good friend JT Holmes, who was an avid base jumper, got Shane to try base jumping, and got him instantly hooked. After a few years, Shane decided to take base jumping to the next level, just as he did for skiing, and combined the two sports. Shane built a jump off the edge of a cliff and skied off it and pulled a parachute, being one of the first ever to start the sport of ski base jumping. This lifestyle of ski base jumping and skiing carried on for a few years, and every time he went out, he pushed his ability to the next level. He finally got his life developed and was at the top of his game. Shane not only inspired the small town people, but even the big athletes that we see today, like Travis Pastrana. Travis was one of Shane's good friends, and every time Shane came around, he was able to put a smile on everyone's face and lift the mood in a room when competing in such a sport of great suspense. Shane kept skiing, laughing, and changing lives. He wasn't a normal guy. Shane was a person that came up with an idea and made it happen. He put everyone around him in a good mood, but just like every other person who has such a great impact on the world in such a positive way, there has to be something that happens. Shane was finally getting to ski off the cliff he dreamed about for years. First, his friend JT Holmes went off and successfully landed the jump. But then, when Shane went off, he encountered a problem. When he went to pull his skis, one of the bindings got stuck, making him spin and hit terminal velocity in a matter of seconds. When everybody thought it couldn't be possible, Shane hit the ground at 120 miles per hour and was killed on impact. When Shane died, no one felt sad right away. No one felt that there was so much left for him to do, but instead thought back on his life and was proud of what he did accomplish. Not many people in such a small sport can change the world the way Shane did, but just as he always strived, he made the impossible possible. Shane's legacy will forever live on in the hearts of those that personally knew him, and even in those that only knew him by the actions he made. Shane modernized the idea of extreme sports and living to the fullest, and the idea of him and what he accomplished will always be able to be remembered in a statue on top of Squaw Valley Ski Resort, where there is an eagle perched on top of the mountain to represent Shane's love of flight and the idea to live life the way that you would in your dreams, instead of ever holding back to what could have been.